Hello guys, this is Piyush from FinCode Technological Solutions. Today we will be discussing about the new NDH3 form issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs in March 2020. So we will be learning about the important things we should be knowing before filing this NDH3 form recently issued by MCA in March 2020. Before we start our discussion, I would like to inform you that we are a software development company having a proper web-based Nidhi software with monthly cost of only 2000 rupees per month. Now coming to NDH3 form. As you guys must be aware, this form is required to be filled twice a year by every Nidhi company. First for the period 1st April to 30th September and then 1st October to 31st March duly to be filed by 31st October for the period April to September and by 30th of April for the period 1st October to 31st March. Important thing to remember is that this form needs to be certified by a professional chartered accountant or a cost accountant or a company secretary. Now let's come back to the form. To commence with this form, just before starting off, we need to put the company identification number, the SIN number given to you, available with you in your certificate of incorporation. Once you put the SIN number in the field of NDH3 form and you click on the pre-fill button, the entire details of the company like its name, email ID, address, etc. and etc. will auto-populate in this form. Next part is the branches of Nidhi companies. Now here is a big catch by MCA, so please be careful while entering data here. Nidhi companies are allowed to open branches only after 3 years of its incorporation, and that too provided it has earned profit in each of the last 3 years. Remember, if these conditions are satisfied, then only Nidhi companies can open up to 3 branches within the same district. Remember, in no case, being a Nidhi company, you will be allowed to open a branch in some different state. The fourth part is regarding the members, for which there is a high probability that you get a notice from Ministry of Corporate Affairs if you file the form with number of members as less than 200 and you don't file corresponding form NDH2. Remember, in case of a Nidhi company, number of members should ideally be more than 200 within 1 year of its existence. Next part is deposits. Nidhi companies receive different types of deposits from its customers like daily deposit, recurring deposit, fixed deposit, MIS, and so on. Remember, your Nidhi company software should be capable of providing you with the details of deposit balances as on beginning of the year, received and repaid during the year. After all, a manual person or accountant cannot be expected to remember these details. Also, make sure your company does not accept FD or RD for a period of more than 5 years. Next part of this form comes as loan. Again, as I said you in the deposit section as well, the details of loans outstanding as on the beginning of the year, disbursed during the year or realized during the year should be ideally provided to you by your software. But what is the catch here? Remember, Nidhi companies can give only secured loans and that to its members. Personal unsecured loans cannot be given by Nidhi companies. Next part, before I move to the most important and the closing part, let me briefly tell you about our software, which is priced at only 2000 rupees per month. The main feature of our software includes cloud-based web software. It has auto EMI reduction features, which reduces your cost substantially. It provides you with ready-made ROC reports, real-time financial statements, employee-wise cash books, so that your cost to your consultants reduce significantly. To improve your marketing, it provides direct SMS oblique mail alerts both to your customers, who also get a customers portal module as well. Apart from them getting their share certificate allotments once they become members of the CAs. Also to the company, they get an additional advantage, like they get free consultation by their CAs. Okay, back to the last part, which asks for net owned fund to deposit ratio. Let me tell you guys, net owned fund is basically sum total of equity share capital and profit earned by the company till date, means since incorporation. Or you can say it is the sum total of equity share capital plus reserves and surplus plus profit earned during this period. On the other hand, deposits is basically the total of balances in savings, daily deposits, recurring deposits, or any of the deposits maintained by the Nidhi company for all the members. The ratio of this needs to be reported in this part over ratio of net on funds to deposits. Next is unencumbered term deposits. Now, most of the Nidhi companies carrying on business are not even aware of what this is. Remember, every Nidhi company is required to keep fixed deposits with scheduled commercial banks. By scheduled commercial banks, I basically mean SBI, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Federal Bank, etc. Fixed deposits should be of a value equivalent to 10% of the total deposits available with the company as on 31st July or 31st January, depending on the half year for which you are filing the form. So this is a very important part, unencumbered term deposits. The last part of this form is about preference shares. Remember, Nidhi companies are not allowed to issue preference shares in normal scenario. So ideally keep these figures at 0. As part of attachments, details of all members along with their PAN and residential addresses is required to be given over here, along with the deposits accepted from each member. A lot of people have been asking me for the formats for these attachments. So I can tell you that for member details attachment, you need to provide member ID, member name, gender, member's date of birth, member's joining date, the type of KYC you are maintaining for that member, like Aadhaar, PAN, voter ID, etc., and the KYC number, along with the address of the member and number of shares he is holding. For deposit details, you need to provide the member's ID, the member name, the deposit type, whether he is holding DD or RD or FD, etc., deposit start date, the amount of deposit, the maturity date, and the maturity amount. Lastly, guys, remember, in case of providing of wrong details, directors are liable to punishment under Section 448 of the Companies Act. So make sure your software provides the correct details, or in case of any query, you may call up Finco Technological Solutions at numbers mentioned in the right corner of the screen. Thank you, guys.